Yo. What? All right, man. Welcome, man. Hey,
Yes,
MicCheckM.I.A. I'm your host, Conrad. We'll be joined with Jay Free in just a second, man. But today I got a special guest, my boy Larry Brooks, man. Entrepreneur, book writer, author, all of those things, man. Let's get right on into it, man. What's going on with you, dog?
Bro. Man, first off, man, let me start by I want to give a shout out, man. One of my partners, he was in the music industry, Detroit Knicks. Follow him at Instagram, Detroit Knicks 11. He passed away last Monday, man. He was a he was a, I would say, a C-level, B-level producer, man. He produced for R. Kelly. That's the name that popped off the top of my head because I remember I was blown away when I heard him on that record, man. I just wanted to show some love before I get into that, man. But anyway, bro, man, pleasure to be on here, man. Thank you for inviting me, man.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
just
sir,
want to get with you, man, and talk with you about entrepreneurship, your book, you know what I'm saying, everything that you got going on, man. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First, let's start off, man, since we're talking about the book. You actually authored tell me if I'm correct, man. A black comic book?
Yes, sir. That's the latest and greatest.
So what's the name of that? What's the name of that?
That's called. It's on Amazon, and it's called Robe of Quadrity.
Okay. Why that?
Quadrity. Man, matter of fact, when I first moved to Hinesville, me and a friend of mine, Lieutenant Colonel Williams, we started rapping about a philosophy we just came about when we was 14, and we called it Quadrity. Yeah. And Quadrity was stood for 4 pillars. We said, man, for us to get where we want to get in life, we need to focus on our bodies physically, our minds mentally, our souls spiritually. And it was like the next component most folks leave out is financially. We want to get paid too. So at 14, we devised a kind of the base of a philosophy to get us to where we wanted to get in life, man. We called it Quadrity. We was like, it's the 4 pillars, and we're gonna work on them, and we would discuss it all through life. And I've written some other books, and I was thinking, like, man, I want to write another book. And then it just popped in my head, kind of like God talking. I'm gonna write a book based off that philosophy. So it's a book on the 4 pillars. The comic book is set in kind of like, I was thinking George Lucas when I was writing the thing, like Star Wars kind of, but I didn't want to do Star Wars. I wanted to build a world. So it's set back in a made up time where it's more, it looks kind of biblical, but then it's mystical. Everything in that comic book is alive, from the sand to the air. You got powers, but not like Superman powers, but you gotta cultivate your powers. You gotta go study. And there's 4 different kingdoms. That's why it's Quadrinity. And what happened was this merchant king, he wanted his son to learn the techniques of the 4 kingdoms. So during one of his traveling seasons where he was going to sell goods from kingdom to kingdom, he took his son and he found a master of the kingdom of the war kingdom. When he was there, he found a master to teach his son. Then he went to the kingdom underground of the engineers, and he found an engineer, the master of that kingdom, to teach his son a different trait. And then somewhere in there, they got ambushed, and the father, before he could finish all his training, the father gets ambushed. In the book, that's where I pick up on this book I'm finishing right now, matter of fact. But that's the latest and greatest one, man.
Well, that's what's up, man. Black comic book. So it's a philosophy, but it's like inspirational all at the same time.
1000, man. Well, if you hit it on the head, really, it's my philosophical viewpoints on how to. I write everything I write. I have my sons in the back of my mind. I have 5 sons, so a lot of things I do is catered towards their nurturing, whether I'm here or not. I always want to leave breadcrumbs. That's a big thing for me. I hate to walk off this earth and my sons, I'm a mystery to them. Like, how did he get where he was going? Who was he? How did he feel about things? That scares me. So that drives me. I run towards fear. So something scares me, leaving my sons without any knowledge scares me. So it drives me. That's what I want to conquer. That's one of my life goals, man, is to educate my sons. And at the same time, I put the game out there in a bigger platform, Amazon, so I can share it with your son as well.
Oh man, wow, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I mean, from 14 to now,
gray hair.
yeah, to gray hair.
Damn right.
You basically cultivated this idea and was able to put it in fruition right now. So that's beautiful.
Yeah, man. They go back like some of my spirituality beliefs and things, man, that God give you things. He plants seeds in you, and you don't know when that seed is gonna maturate, man. When it's gonna take seed. I thought of that when I was 14. I wrote that book 30 years later, man. Damn near, not 30, about 25, 20 years later, man.
Yeah. All right, but I mean, it had a meaning when it started in your mind. It was a meaning for that.
I didn't know. We were drinking Mad Dog, man. To be honest, I used to break into houses, not to beat them up. I used to break into houses when I was young and just kicking in there, just hangout spots, man. I could get in, I could pick locks. So I was like, man, Nick, come over here and chill with me, man. We chill in a house and we're just sitting there and talk. We done broke into a house, not to vandalize it, not to take anything, just to have private time. And I leave it the same way I walked into it. You never know I was there. You know, but we sit down and just chill in there, just to be 100. So I was in a broke into house thinking philosophy, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Hey, the things we do when we young, bro.
Right. Never knew I was gonna know how we're gonna flip, man. You know?
Yeah, man. So I mean, when I talked to you the other day, man, not to get off subject. First of all, let's go ahead and plug the book one more time. Let everybody know the name of the book and where they can find it.
That book is a Robe of Quadrity. The Robe of Quadrity. You put my name in there, Larry M. Brooks, because there's a lot of my name's very generic. So put an M in there, and then you'll find that. Also, I have another book on 96. That's the first book I wrote. That's more of a biography, but it's based in parables. I took 15 stories from my childhood and gave a life lesson on them, but not like just A, B, C, D. I just told the story how it was, cut and dry. But I try to write it in a way where you can see the duality of it, yin and yang. You know, that's why the book is 9-6. It represents both sides of the coin. I don't believe in good or evil. I just believe you got to be in that middle ground, you know? So that's another philosophical viewpoint, man. But 2 books, you get them both on Amazon.
Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool.
That's one hustle, you know.
That's one hustle. Hey, man, let me bring in my co-host Jay Free right quick, man.
Hey, nice to meet you, bro.
What's going on, man?
Yes, sir, man. Trying to be the best black man I could be today, man.
Man. I've been listening in, man. I'm liking what I'm hearing, man. Let y'all boys continue it out and let it flow, man.
Oh, man, do my best with y'all, man.
Well, yeah, man. So, like, this our entrepreneur segment or series of segments that we're gonna do on our show. So,
yes, sir.
We talked about the books. Touch on the first book a little bit more right quick, and then we're gonna move on.
All right, that first book, man, I like me, I can't really tell you without telling you, being transparent as I possibly can. So, you know, mental health is important, man, especially in the black community. It's, you know, a lot of us struggle with it, and there's no way we get raised up to be so tough, so hard. Like, I'm from Liberty, Texas, man, 563, straight out the hood. Showing some fear ain't what's up, you know. But I say that, man, I was going through my second divorce. Shit, I still look, you know, like an animal, but inside I was upside down, and that book was therapeutic.
Yeah.
So that's why I say oh, my fault, bro. I thought you had a question or something. But that first book is it's a philosophical viewpoint. I was going through some trauma mentally, and I used that book therapeutically to put my energy all into something, dumped it all into something, man, just writing 5-6 hours a day, so I didn't have to deal with my outside life. So I went internal to self-help myself. So that book, like I said again, I had my a son getting ready to enter the world, and that's when I first started coming up with that thought, that fear of, whoa, like my granddaddy passed away, and nobody know what the hell about him, but he seemed like a great man. Both of my granddads, I don't know nothing about him. So I was like, man, the last thing I want to do is leave my sons and my grandchildren here. And I went out here and went hard, didn't leave them nothing. So that book it was therapeutic, and it's based in parables. I want to teach my son something. I don't care if I don't sell a copy, as long as I put that down, where my five sons can always reach back, my grandsons, I'll never die, man. And what I got to say, a whisper to them beyond the grave, forever. As long as that book is out here in some form or fashion. But that's the author, man, leaving a stamp out here, trying to leave more than just nothingness, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. What's going on? Okay, but yeah, that's true, man. I mean, that's like everything you do with your book right now, I can tell is all geared in a certain direction, man. That's what's up, man. Like you actually putting a lot of thought into what it is that you're doing with your writing, and trying to leave that guidance behind, man. That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir, man. So, like you touched on a philosophical viewpoint as far as doing things. I'm real big on purpose. Like I don't have empty energy that I'm putting out into the universe. I have an exact desire and purpose and direction that I visualize myself as. And so that enables me to do it. Like if I just sat down to write and I didn't have a reason to write, I probably wouldn't have finished that book. But I wasn't writing that book for me. I wasn't writing that book for money. I was championing the idea of legacy. Legacy is the idea I'm championing. I refuse to walk off this earth and not leave my sons something they can pick up, their grandkids. I just imagine my great grandchild picking up a book and they get to travel back to Liberty, travel back to Hinesville, go walk in my footsteps. That world don't exist no more, but it exists between them pages.
Exactly. And I like that idea, man. You know what I'm saying? I especially with me having children myself, I think about stuff like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? To actually see somebody put it into action is, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up, man. Especially in the book, man, because it promotes reading something that seems to be a lost form of art now. So I definitely am into that portion of it.
And that's on Amazon too?
Yes, sir. Both of them on Amazon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I know it's gonna lead to, because it's gonna lead to this word. Because everything it circled back to one thing. It's a concept I didn't invent, but I know it's probably what you want to get to when we're gonna use that term, Black Wall Street. You know, like what is it? What is it to me? To me, I'm not looking at Tulsa, Oklahoma, all these different places, place in Florida that leaves my thought right now. Atlanta, Meccas that we build up as a community, and we start having businesses and things of that nature. But art's got to contribute, man. So I wanted to add art, books, because that's just a different frequency right there. You get all the money, but you leave behind. You didn't leave nothing. Like they still talk about Leonardo da Vinci because of his sculptures and his writings and all these Langston Hughes. You still know those names, Frederick Douglass. You know those names, man. They whisper beyond the grave. But it was a lot of other people that did great things, but they didn't leave it stamped. So their names get forgotten in time. Their ideas get forgotten. Even those people at Black Wall Street, we have nothing to really go read and figure out how they did it, because they didn't purposely leave a stamp down. Well, they burned the thing down, so they probably did have some books, but they burned them down. But I definitely that Black Wall Street, man, it's a accumulation of a bunch of stuff, man. Like it's back to the quadrinity, man. That kind of thinking, man. Like building our people up, building a society, man.
Yeah, and that is what that did. I mean, it was, I won't say conquer, but it was destroyed. It was before it could really reach the pinnacle of what it was going to do. But for those who wanted to destroy it, they seen what it was doing. Just like Harlem, that was like Black Harlem. It was one of those things where they seen what it was doing, and that renaissance. And now today, that's Atlanta. It's melting pots like Miami a little bit, because there's so many different cultures down there. I would say New York, but it's been a melting pot from the beginning. That's real.
Yeah, man. It's just I'm from Texas. Like we met in Hinesville, so I bounced around a little bit. But man, to be honest, just being in Atlanta and feeling that you're part of a renaissance, where Atlanta got crime. People get shot every day out here, just like everywhere else where it's poverty, because we got poverty too. But here, man, you drive, you see some police pass by you, they look like you. You see the newscaster look like you. You see the mayor look like you, the police chief look like you, the firemen look like you. I'm from Texas. Don't nobody look like me in positions of power.
Yeah, not in positions of power. Yeah, you're right.
You know, and that's why I feel like, you know, when we go into the bank, everybody in there look like you. It's just such a great feeling. Not that I'm anti anybody else, but when you go to other communities, they have everybody look like them servicing their needs. When you around, mostly you in black communities, man, everywhere you go to the store, they don't look like you. They come from another community. They come set up shop, take their money and take it home with them. They don't even pay taxes in your zip code. You know what I'm saying? They just get money out of there and they take it. But here in Atlanta, you could tell, man, the dude that owned that barbershop up that street, he live over there, man.
Yeah.
The dude that owned that corner store, he live a few miles from here. So he care about his community. It's just a little deeper, a little realer. And I've never been anywhere else like this. I grew up where there was none of that going on. I didn't see no black business owners except for barbecue, you know, stuff like that. And in the hood where they limited us, you know, where it's Texas, baby. June 19th type of territory.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I never really thought about it that way, man. Now that you put it that way, man, it makes so much sense. You look around at the places. I lived a lot of places, man, from coast to coast. And a lot of places you look around and you don't see black people in many positions of power. Not even, you know, like how you say, you look around where you are, you see people, and it's refreshing. You know, you see black people doing things that's refreshing, man. Man, you really brought that to my attention just now, man.
And I'm gonna use another word besides refreshing. We got children. It's also frequency, man. You take your son into a business and he see somebody own that business look like him, it automatically embeds in his mind that could be me. That's something I could do.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really why that type of stuff goes on, man, because it's being able to visualize and see it. That's just like when people was asking me, why would you vote for our current president? Just to see a black woman in there. I was like, well, man, we seen a black man in there. You want to see a black woman because it's visual. At the end of the day, everybody black need to know that they can reach that pinnacle, whether you agree with what Obama did when he was president or if you like our current vice president. It's the visualization of it, being able to really just see them and say, you know, I can be there or I can be something on a high level because black people are presidents and vice presidents. So I can be something. Yeah.
I never thought I'd see a black president. You know,
I was told I wouldn't. But our white dude told me that it's a bloodline and we'll never see a black president because it's a bloodline. Even though it is president. Yeah, a guy told me that. Even though we're voting for a bloodline.
Right. I read that same thing. I've read that. And guess what I also read? That Barack was part of the bloodline. So
I was just about to say that.
Me too.
I was just about to say that.
You know, I don't know. You know, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
And there's powers at play that are bigger than what we can see visually. You know, we'll be naive to think there's not controlling agents out here. You'd be dumb. We done seen it. We done been here too many years to sit here and act like everything's straight up, like they don't moving.
Like there's no lying going on.
Right. That's just because we ain't privy to the knowledge. Don't mean the knowledge don't exist.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know,
because like it was told to me, they all part of the same country club. We just not a part of that.
Right.
You know,
second-class citizens, man.
Yeah, you're second class, and it's black people in that. It's just. It may not be that you thinking like it ain't no Cedric the Entertainer looking guy or nothing like that. But
he ain't no rando. He ain't no rando.
Yeah.
They know like you got families, you got bloodlines, and you got lines of people like it's damn near like dog breeding. You know, these here is a better breed than this here, so to say, you know, and they gonna keep it the way they gonna keep it. But you know what, man? One of my partners asked me an interesting question, man, on that level. He said, Larry, how do you stop a unmovable machine? It's impenetrable, unpregnable. That's Mike Tyson. He said, I ain't know what he said 20 years ago. But I looked that word up.
Yeah.
Impregnable.
Yeah, impregnable.
I'm gonna get back on subject, but when I say that word, I always got to credit Mike Tyson. Impregnable. I said, what the hell did the man just say? That's when he said, I want to eat your children, praise to be our God. But I said, what the hell does impregnable mean? What the hell is Mike Tyson talking about?
Spell it.
Hey, now, I can't spell it. Hey, I would have been stuck too. But how do you defeat an impregnable machine? Because that's what we're talking about. We talk about these bloodlines, all this stuff that's already predestined that us second-class so-called citizens can't even break that glass. I was like, damn, how do you break it? But it was a simple answer from the inside. So back to Black Wall Street. Back to Black Wall Street. Like us black people, we want to get out here with our picket signs. We want to march. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's what my grandma and them did. Granddaddy. Man. They're 90 years old. And guess what? Now we got to fight the same damn fight, right?
Yeah.
I'm fighting the same fight. The same way. But that would be asinine.
Yeah.
That would be asinine to fight the same fight and take an L and then run your muck ass back out there and put your hands up the same way. You got your ass flow before.
The protest got to change.
It got to change. And I look at it, man, it's this documentary out on HBO called Exterminate the Brutes. The weapons that are against us are long-range weapons. So what's the longest range weapon I could think of in my mind? My children. So if you want to beat this machine, this some shit probably, I ain't gonna say them folks, these folks ain't gonna like this. This will get you shot here. But how you want to beat this machine? What's the mathematics on it from the inside? But they got long-range weapons. You got to make longer range weapons. So you have to cultivate your children with a purpose that they here to fight this war. Like and I don't mean fight with your hands, because you got to fight with your mind. You got to raise your kids to be police officers, doctors, senators,
most definitely.
Because that's where the power is. The power ain't out there picketing. All right, I got your ass. I'm gonna go educate these kids, and I'm gonna send them through the ranks. What you think the Klan did to the police?
Hey, this information age, man. Information is the best weapon you can ever have in this war, man.
I say generational information, generational wealth. Quit restarting the game. You got to live with a purpose. Back to that thing we talked about in the beginning. If you don't have no purpose, man, you're gonna be like if you go to the airport and you say, just give me a ticket. You don't know where the hell you going. I go to the airport and say, give me a ticket to New York, because that's where I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna get to where I want to go. Your ass going to wherever. So living without a purpose is like going to the airport and just randomly buying a plane ticket with your life. So
would you say? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Because I want you to lead me there. Because I don't know what you're about to say. Lead me.
No, I was gonna say. So would you say that the biggest part to having purpose would be knowing where you're going? You know what I'm saying? Or having like an idea.
Knowing where you want to be.
Right.
Now, you really don't know how you're gonna get there. That's on God. But you can have a visualization of who you see yourself. If you can see yourself in the future, then you can create it. Just like we talk about anything you can see, the mind is the creator. God says what's in you is greater than what's out of you, right? So me, how I translate that verse is when I close my eyes and talk to God, I get a visualization. And if I can visualize it, then I can be it. I desire it. If I visualize myself poor, like that's what I'm seeing, then that's what I'm gonna be. I've never had that visualization for myself. I see myself as a king, a boss. And so that's what my destination and my trajectory taking me hands down, because I've been working on it my whole life. So I believe that, man. Like the earlier we get to your kids, I taught one of my daughters, my first child, she's 22 now. She has a full ride to she goes to Temple University in Philadelphia. I'm sorry. She goes to Temple University in Philadelphia, man. Shout out, man. I love that about her. But in the beginning, she had a destination. She planned that out when she was 2 or 3. I was like, pick something you want to do. Hey, I want to go such and such. I want to do this with my life, and I want to be that. Cool, I can help you with that. I'm not gonna. I don't know is unacceptable for me as a parent, man. I'm brushing that away. Well, I don't care. I don't know what I want to be. Pick something. I don't give a damn. Be a jockey. Go ride horses. I don't care. Be the best domino player. I don't care. But you're gonna have to say something to me. You're gonna have to have an answer. And if you don't got no answer, go get a piece of paper and go write down 10 things you want to be, so I can help you as a father. So I can help guide you to a destination. I ain't sending you to the airport to go just randomly pick a damn ticket, man.
I feel you on that.
That's definitely right there.
I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that. Now I hear you talking about Black Wall Street, man.
Money.
That's a lot of people feel like, money, power, respect, man. How do you
Mhm.
feel about, saying basically that quote, like money, power, respect?
Right. You don't have no money, man. Like, we in a capitalistic society.
Mhm.
You know, Christianity, capitalism, they blend like this here. You can call it whichever one you want, but they pretty much the same damn religion. You know what I'm saying? So we out here engaged and we don't want to play the game, So money, power, respect. To get respect in America is capitalistic. So if you ain't got no money, you gets no respect in your community.
True.
Your community poor, nobody respect it. The schools is raggedy as hell. The highways ain't get taken care of. You go to a rich neighborhood, well manicured.
Yeah.
You go to the schools, the taxes paying well for them. We can't pretend like this game ain't real.
It's real.
Stop pretending. It's real. Money, power, respect. If we get that money, we build up our communities. Guess what? Our schools start improving. Our roles start improving. Our opportunities start improving. People start respecting us. We keep thinking the poor man gonna get the same respect as a rich man in this country, man, and it just don't work that way, man.
That's never gonna happen.
We got to get businesses. We got to get land. We got to get educated first. We got to start learning these things. We got to start cultivating our knowledge of the money game, of capitalism.
Well, I feel like a part of that comes into where people got to accept, what it is that you're saying right now. You got to elevate. You got to move forward that way that we can progress. You know what I'm saying? That we can get to that type of information. But yeah, a lot of times people don't want to accept that reality.
No, sir. They want to accept the reality somebody else is giving them.
Telling them because it's comfortable.
Hey, oh man, comfort terrible. You about to send me somewhere. But this is what they tell us, hey, your heaven ain't here for you on earth, right? We've been getting told that for 400 years. Your heaven ain't here. You got to be good, take this ass kicking, and your heaven is after you die.
Yeah. That's the teaching.
That's what we learn here. So with money, power, respect, man, heaven is a place I could transcend to, but I ain't got to die to transcend, man. In my mind,
talk your shit.
I don't have to leave here to feel like a king. I don't have to take no ass kicking here and keep putting my head down. That's why I feel like we've been so conditioned. You hear, hey man, don't worry about it. Just pray, and then everything but prayer without action is dead.
Right.
So they always leave that action part out. Just pray on it now. Pray and get your ass up, and get to work. Because like I said,
the prayer should motivate you.
Yes, sir.
So that's a part of getting up.
I pray for clarity and I pray for guidance, man.
I pray for guidance in my mind. And I always pray for mental strength.
Yes, sir. Just
prayer. You gotta pray for that. You gotta pray for mental strength.
Yes, sir. And every day, man, I woke up, I say thank you. Every day I wake up, I say thank you. And I try to get myself into the moment of what I want to do, man. It's a habit, which a man is nothing more than the entirety of his habits. If you don't brush your teeth, you're gonna be a man with no teeth. You don't put on deodorant, make that a habit, you're gonna be a stinking man. You do 500 push-ups a day, you're gonna look like an animal. Because that's your habit. You study money all day, every day, and practice the habits, you're probably gonna be close to something because it's a habit, So but anyway, man, I wake up every day, I say a quick prayer because that's my habit. Prayer is a habit for me every morning. First thing, I got to be thankful that I get to wake up and try to go at this thing one more time, and I start right there, that process of visualizing who I see myself. I try to just narrow in on it before my feet hit the ground. I want to see my future self so I can remember why the hell my feet about to hit the ground in the first place. I ain't here I'm just not with no direction.
Being here just to be here. You don't.
Okay.
Yeah. That you know what? That's something I always. I coach. So I always told my kids that when I coach them, like, don't. Oh yeah. You
yeah, I see him boy he got some lift off.
Yeah, he can do a little something, man. I tell him the same thing, man. Like even in college, everything, man. Just don't be there just to be there, man. That's just life. That's a life lesson to me, man. You can't be there just because you happy to be there. Like, don't live just because you happy to live. Like, make that life mean something.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in the verge of we're in a renaissance period right now, man. It gives me a lot of times you hear black folks look around, it's all doom and gloom. We're in the last days. This what God said he coming back, all this. But that may be, but it also say no man can predict it. But I look at, man, what I see out here be in this here, just in the moment right now. You reaching out to me to have me come on here. I feel like, man, that's just so beautiful. It's just everybody waking up or woke or expressing themselves, and that just gives me so much. I don't know. I'm missing that word, but it just gives me hope. Hope that I know that we're headed in the right direction because we're trying.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because I never really I appreciate that message and everything, but I never really liked it. I never liked that living until the last day, like you in the last days and it's about to come, and and it's like what it is to me, it's like you living that life and you worrying about that versus living your life and seeing your direction, seeing your purpose, because you worried about, saying, man, let me make sure it's the last days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And yeah, you need to be prepared. I believe in all of that you need to be prepared. But at the same time, a lot of people over the years, over these centuries, decades, use the Bible to control people and make them feel like, you need to be directing all your energy this way instead of in the direction of your family. And I just think that that's wrong. Like you said, you want to put that energy into your kids so that you continue to live forever that way.
Right.
To your kids, and then they put it into their kids, and then you continue to live forever. That's just what that is.
I'm about to go left on you, man. I'm about to go left because we brought up religion and church. I'm just because we on this podcast and it feels like we kind of freewheeling.
Oh yeah.
Free, just moving around. But Sunday, man. Sunday, like in America, it's a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, right? You work your 40 hours. You're tired as hell on Friday. Usually get you a drink or something, just typical. American life, black man, white man, don't matter. And then on Saturday, you so tired from working them, you don't really do much. And then the black folks on Sunday, we got one day out the whole damn week to do anything to progress ourselves. And not saying church is wrong, but I would just look at the structure of church. We get up at 6 o'clock, spend 2 hours getting ready. You get there at 8, you sit down, you listen to somebody tell you 6 hours or something, how they feel about which way you should go. Man, I was always thinking, like, you got all these people in this environment. What if you tell them your feelings for 1 hour and then the other 4, you have some kind of technical training, some kind of life coaching? You got all the black people in your church right there? Because I'm going to ask you this here, man. Look around the church. Damn, around the church community, raggedy as hell. But everybody in that church on Sunday, and they come out of there, they feel like they got something. But what do they really get?
Other than that one teaching, other than that,
you pay 10%, and I'm like, man, like the spiritual vitamin is needed, but I feel like what if they scale back 2-3 hours and started teaching like money, education, craft, carpentry, how to balance the textbook.
This goes back to what we were saying earlier when we were talking about that comfort space. People like comfort space, man. See, what you're saying is too much like right. But in reality, what's going on is comfortable. Like you said, you leave with that feeling. But what is that feeling really?
Somebody
and opposed to what you're talking about, and the real feeling you would leave with life coaching, with some. I learned something more about finance today, or I learned something more about just moving in another direction positively with my family, anything. So.
Getting a better current understanding of where you're at in life.
Exactly.
Right. They'll get you hyped up. Hyped up to do what?
Come back next Sunday.
It's a feeling.
But I always wrestle with that. I'm like, man, we have the perfect opportunity, but that'll probably make them shut the black church down, to be honest, the way things work. So we would have to do that a different type of way. That would have to be
because it'll be too much teaching. It'll be too much teaching, like I said earlier, like the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It is a guidance of life, but it's also a means of control. But yeah, man, not to stay on that and like you know what I'm saying, not the.
Oh no, skip around, bro. Leave me someone else,
man. Let's get on to this entrepreneurship right fast, man. It's Bitcoin and electronic money.
Let's talk crypto, man.
Let's talk crypto,
man. Crypto right now, like right now, if you'd said let's talk crypto 2 months ago, we would have had a totally different conversation than we're gonna have right now. Because crypto, you can't talk about it unless you talk about what's going on. Crypto is like a real-time thing.
Yeah.
It took a big ass plunge.
Yeah, it did.
In the last 2 weeks. So what made it plunge? Like, I guess we have, you know, if we want to, we can start there, but okay, let's start backwards. I guess that's in the expert, damn near mediocre mode. Let's go back to novice, man. What is cryptocurrency? It's a currency.
Yeah.
One, just like the dollar, the yen, the peso, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it's electronic and it's decentralized from, like, most of the time the government don't have nothing to do with this money. It's free willing. The people are controlling it. So a lot of governments do not like that. But basically, you trade your $1 for whatever the value of it is in Bitcoin. And why would you do it? Because the future is upon us. You know, like cash. We going to a cashless society.
Cashless, yeah.
Like, it's, you know, and everybody's jumping for control of it. What makes cryptocurrency so I don't know. It's such a beautiful looking thing, such an opportunity for me, is that it's not controlled. You know,
right.
The
that's my problem.
Right. So it's the people are controlling as of right now. So it's kind of like gold, silver, dollar. There's a bunch of things you can invest your money in. Like the dollar, it goes through inflation, you know, and it's devalued over time. Like your dollar today is going to be worth 98 cents in 2 weeks or whatever, you know, in 2-3 months. Like you had not $1, you go to the store, you can't even buy the same with it. Like if you think when you're young, but the cryptocurrencies before the last 2 weeks, they were growing at an astronomical pace. Even for this year, they're still way out there. As far as you would invest $1 in Bitcoin in January, now you probably got $1.50. Where if you had $1 in the US dollar, you might have 99.8 cents.
Wow. I mean, I'm just really getting into it myself. I mean, it's probably about 5 years ago. Somebody said to me, it was a customer of mine. He was just like, "Hey, man, you need to get into, you know, this cryptic money." And I was like, what is that? I was like, you know, he said, "Man, you never heard of Bitcoin?" I was like, "No." So he was telling me to get into it, and at any rate, I didn't. And at the time, it was probably about 5 or 6 years ago, Bitcoin was kind of low, and you could get into it. Now I'm looking at it now, and I'm thinking about what I was telling him. I was like, "Man, if it's gonna really make money, I put like a band." And he was like, "Man, you ain't got to put that much. You know, you could put probably about $50." Now looking at what it's doing now, that $50 would have turned into a lot of money.
It'd probably be like, just guess off the top of my head, 5 years ago, it's flipped like 400 times. Like, for example, real talk, real story. December the 8th, I was in Burger King with a partner of mine, and I'm all in everything I do, man. So I had put about 20-30 grand into Bitcoin, you know, because I had heard about it 5 years ago too. But them people propaganda scared the hell out of me. It was like, it's black money. It's used to buy dope. The government gonna come after you. It's how people trade on the black web, the dark web. That's all I heard about Bitcoin.
That's what I
and that was to keep you from doing it. I feel like
that's exactly what it was. And most of us, man, everybody heard about it. Like, man, I ain't gonna fool with it. It's like online poker. Them folks gonna come after that in a minute, and they gonna shut it down. Money be gone. But here we go now. We all feel like not as intelligent as we could have been. You know,
exactly.
Because I would have just been the Grand Poobah running around here, man. If I would have done it right.
Let me tell you the dog game. Right. I call it dog coin because I'm simplified. It's DOGE, right?
Yeah.
December the 8th, it was under a penny. Me and a partner of mine, we had gotten to some online susus last summer, man. We racked up and then we took some losses and all this here stuff, man. But we didn't know what the hell was going on. But we both had got beat up, lost plenty of money by the end of it. We were sitting in Burger King. I could see my buddy was down, but I was starting to get into this cryptocurrency stuff. December the 8th. So I had put 10 racks on Dogcoin. It was at a penny. It was at a penny. 10 racks. I said, "Look, man, I know you got your ass kicked this summer in the money game. You know," and I kind of felt like I led him down the road too. He won some, but he lost more. So I said, "Man, I tell you what, I gave Buddy $250. I said, man, put 150 on Bitcoin and the rest of it on Dogecoin, man. Dogecoin, whatever.
Yeah.
He put that 100 on there. Man, and me, I had 10 racks on Dogecoin. I would have had, if I'd have left that 10 racks, I probably had about 700 grand. But I didn't understand crypto like the way I understand. I didn't know how it dives, man. So after I put 10 racks on it, it went up to 13 grand in like a week. Then that joint dove down to like 7 grand. I said, man, I can't take it like that. I sold it. and then it didn't do nothing for like 2 weeks. I sold it. He left his $100 in on Dog Coin. This was December the 8th, 2020. We looked at it. I hit him up one day. I signed up a Robinhood for him on the spot while I was at lunch. I opened up a Robinhood account. I was like, man, let me do this for you. I said, take this money, do this here. I said, you'll thank me later. Man, it was like March the 5th or something. We looked at his $100. It was $3,700.
From $100
that means my 10 racks would have been 370,000.
Yeah, 370,000.
My testicles went in my stomach. Yeah. Oh man, I was hurt. I like, oh damn, I missed it again. I'm 3 feet from gold. Yeah. But I ain't tripping. I'm still in the fight. But I'd have made good money. I'd have made, you know what I'm saying?
You keep on with that momentum, man. You definitely gonna tap in.
Man, you got to take a whole bunch of losses just to win one time, man.
Yeah, just to win one time. And then it's like that country song, man. You got to know when to hold, know when to fold.
Well, that's token. Well, you know, a dude told me this here, man, and I wish I would have listened to him because he told me this in that same time period. He say, it's not timing the market, it's time in the market.
Right. Gotta be about it.
Gotta be in it.
Man, put it in there, go with God, get the hell out the way. Don't even look at it because it's gonna mess with your blood pressure. You gotta look at it. I look at Bitcoin as a currency. A lot of folks now don't get in there. Like some folks like, oh man, I got a rack. I'm gonna take my rent money, throw it on Ethereum. Oh man, 2 weeks. I be done flipped it, pay the rent, got some money. You come back and look at 2 weeks, man. Your thou might be $600, man. So when you invest in this crypto, man, you got to learn how to breathe.
It's a waiting
game. Look at longevity.
Yeah, it's a waiting
You got to be like, man, don't invest your rent money. You got to. I look at it like a savings account. This here money, I'm sitting still, pray on this money here for a year, man. I want to look back next year at this bread and see how real it is. Win, lose, or draw. You know. I'm in it to win it. I'm putting that money down and I sit it there, whether it's $100 or 50 racks, man. You know what I'm saying?
So don't look at your money. Just look at if it went up or down, and just skip past the amount you got. I'm not even looking at the amount.
No, it's an investment.
Did it go up? Did it go down? And when it will go up, then I check it. It's down,
I would check it. Set you some timers. Say I'm putting this. This is just my opinion. This is my philosophical viewpoint on this cryptocurrency. I set myself timers of I'm committed to 6 months from now before I pull, move, shake, whatever, up, down, whatever. This shit, man, cryptocurrency scary hell. You got to have some testicles to play this too. Now, that's one thing about it that people got to hear because it's very volatile. People look at it, oh man, it flipped in a day. I took 100, now I got 2. Oh, you happy now, right? But now, oh shit, it went down 30% in a day. My $1,000, 700. Oh God. You can't be so up, can't be so down. You got to be in that middle. This is an investment, and you got to look at it for the long haul. Look at those graphs for longer than 2-3 weeks, 2-3 months. Look at it. How does it perform over 6 months compared to if you're an investor? If I'd have put my money in Tesla, what has Tesla done in 6 months? What has Amazon done in 6 months? What has this crypto coin done? You know, and they got a plethora of them now, man. They starting to get too many. I feel like so. Some of the ones I deal with just to. So what I look at is I study Ethereum Classic. I look at the dog coin, DOGE. That's not the correct pronunciation, but we're gonna keep it 100 on. I'm gonna say dog because the shit's simple.
But, I hear a lot of people calling it that.
Yeah, man, and it's like a meme coin. But the thing about it, Elon Musk, he is the Wizard of Oz as far as cryptocurrency. And when I say whatever he say, the market be moving and shaking. Like he calls Bitcoin to crash. He say Bitcoin burn up too much energy trying to mine it. Mining is where they verify the data and things of that nature. He said it's burning up too much energy because at first he was selling cars. He bought $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. And Bitcoin went from 29K to 36K the next day. So if you had 29K in there, now you got 36K in like a day or two. All because Elon Musk. Elon Musk did the same thing with Dogecoin. He said, hey man, this Dogecoin jumping. The shit went from a fraction of a penny. Now it went all the way up to 70 cents. Now it's back down to like 35. But that man is like, he kind of got too much power, if you ask me.
He controlling it, seemed like to me. Like he controlling that electronic money, right? Because he making the car Teslas, right?
Yeah.
He was the one who made Tesla.
He's a genius, man.
Yeah, he jumping in and out of this cryptic money, and he's really making it do what it do.
They call it pump and dump. They call it pump and dump. But he not for what he say, if you want to take him on the honor code, but he seems to be like a straight up kind of guy somewhere. You know, nobody's good or bad. But he got Asperger's too. That's known.
Right.
Anybody familiar with Asperger's?
Yeah.
Asperger's, when your ass can't control what's coming out your mouth. You ain't got no filter. So he say what he feel. He like, Dogcoin, the best thing ever. So, you know, that's really what he thinking. He ain't really trying to finesse you. He like, man, Bitcoin, I don't trust it. It's burning up too much money. Even though he got $1.5 billion invested in it, he talked down on it. Market, he lost 30%. So he lost 30% of whatever he had in there off his own mouth. And he didn't sell it.
So speaking of the story you're talking about, it sounds a lot like the Reddit situation. You know what I'm saying? How people get on Reddit, and it's a group of people that get on Reddit. Enough of them, they influence whatever it is they're talking about. They're talking about the Dogecoin or
Reddit,
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
So it was real interesting.
People bought into it.
You heard about that?
Oh man, I read 2 books a week and I read 7 newspapers a day, man. So
yeah.
I'm kind of keep myself with a wide view of what's going on out there. I don't know really what, I just take the information in because I feel like it makes me see wider. I can make better decisions the more information I got to go off of. But with Reddit, it was very interesting what went down this summer, man. Let's take AMC, right? It was AMC, right? That's the stock. So no, not AMC, GameStop and AMC. GameStop was the big one. So what happened was this here. You got all these banks or all these brokers and all these people, they were short selling GameStop, meaning they wanted that stock to go down. They make money the lower that stock went. GameStop is a cultural thing. That's video games. That's all these young folks. That's where they go get Call of Duty from and all this here. So they saw the industry attacking something that they love. So on Reddit, they got all these warriors on there say, you know what? We all buying GameStop. So all these people on Robinhood, that's a brokerage, started buying GameStop. It went from like $6 to like $500, man. But then Robinhood pulled a plug on it because the people who had short sold GameStop, who were they were losing billions of dollars because the stock was going this way instead of this way.
Right.
And they had some of these controlling agents behind Robinhood pulled a plug because they was driving. The higher that GameStop stock was going, the more money those other folks was losing, billions of dollars.
Yep.
So what it showed.
So go ahead.
So what it showed was it showed power to the people.
Exactly. And with things like that in
play,
what kind of advice would you give to a person who is trying to start their own venture in this territory? You know what I'm saying? What type of advice would you give? Because those are definitely the type of things that have people on the edge about stuff like that.
First, my advice is going to be go study. I'm always going to start with the basics, your foundation. I'm going to say research. And I'm going to say not just research cryptocurrency, stock market. A great way to start is Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Right.
The book and the audio. They got, if a lot of people like, I got time to read, you got time to listen. You got time to put a new frequency in your head. Like so download that book on Audible. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Give a little context on the book.
Say what now?
Those who don't know. Give a little context on the book for those who don't know.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read that book when I was 20.
Yeah, it's a good book.
His name is like Koyashi. He's from Hawaii.
He's from Hawaii, yes.
He had 2 dads. One dad was well off, and one dad had a doctor's degree and was a teacher and had he worked hard as hell, but he ended up being very poor because rich and poor aren't they're mind frames.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you start teaching. Rich and poor is a mind frame. You can think rich and you're going to become it because it's a habit. You get in the habit of thinking like the rich way, you're going to start attracting money to you. If you think poor, you want to be a worker, you're going to attract that lifestyle to you. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad break down kind of the frequency of getting rich, of money. Like, and that's what we need to start at. Not that, how do I need to invest this, that, and the next? It don't matter if you got a poor mind frame, you out here trying to make some money, your ass gonna lose it all anyway, even if you do get lucky.
Yeah, because you don't understand how to handle your money.
Right. There you go. And that's what Rich Dad, Poor Dad show you.
Yeah.
Like, this is what these are. You know, even another book, The World's Greatest Salesman by OG Mango. That is a book. It has chapters 8 through 16, I believe. It talks about these 8 scrolls that teach you how to handle wealth. The Richest Man in Babylon, The Alchemist, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill.
The Alchemist.
Yeah.
One of my favorite books.
So I'm gonna say, man, if you want to know how to invest, before you even start investing, go learn something about money. If you don't know, go learn something about the energy of money. And a great tool is Audible. Like I used to read a lot, but I work alone with my hands a lot, so I don't have time to pick up books like I used to when I was younger. So I listen to books. I listen about 6-7 hours a day, but I work alone, you know. So I have that luxury. It's a beautiful thing where you can listen to. Just on some other stuff. I used to pump. Like, I'm from Texas, man. I'm listening to some Pimp. I'm gonna listen to some Bun B, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna listen to some Master P. So I was like, you know what, man? I'm about work by myself. I spend 6 hours a day listening to what I like to listen to. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel comfortable. So I said, man, I had a epiphany. I said, man, what if I took those same 6 hours I work alone, listening to music all day, and I dedicated that same time to educating myself with books, man.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
So how do you feel like that taking that route have impacted, you know what I'm saying, you and what you're doing today?
Bruh. I don't feel like I'm the same human being, man. You know, I've invested so much time cultivating my mind. Just like I was a smaller guy growing up, you know, genetically, I was real thin and everything. I started working out. I worked out twice a day, 6 days a week for like 10 years, man. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, I do like 200-300 push-ups every morning. So as I got out of the shower, you know what I'm saying? But I cultivated my body. I didn't start off with it. I put all that time, but I put like more time on my mind. So I feel like just as strong as I got my body, I've done 10 times that with my mind, because the mind is a muscle. The only way really to exercise it is to read and to go out here and try and experiment, right? You know, to think your way, and you use that muscle. Just even the way you articulate yourself is going to change. People going to feel your frequency. They're going to feel that. Just like when you go into that gym, people see your physique of 20 years of work. They see what they see. Just like if you put in 20-30 years of reading books, they're going to hear what they hear. You can't lie.
And that's where the questions come from. Hey, man, how you get, you know what I'm saying, your back like that, man? Or, man,
how you get money like that?
Yeah, we asked you about crypto coin. How you get that money like that, man? Like, how you
like
doing
that? See, I didn't say go do this. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Go change your frequency. Embed yourself. Cultivate yourself. You're your own gardener. Take something out. Sacrifice something. We said before that a man is nothing but accumulation of his habits.
Right.
And a habit can only be replaced by another habit. You know what I'm saying? You can't just say I'm gonna get rid of this habit. That is incorrect thought. It won't work. And it's not my thoughts. This is from all these damn books I done read. You have to replace a habit with a habit. You know?
That's true.
So if you eat a lot of slop, replace eating slop with drinking water and walking. When you get in there, guess what? Your life gonna change, because you replace one bad habit with a good habit. So that's also being your own gardener. Weed your mind. If you know that's a bad habit, try to pull that weed. But don't just pull a weed. Say, what am I going to replace it with? You got to find something to put in that space. And now you start recreating yourself. That's what those books have done for me, man. They push out a lot of other stuff and pushed in some other things and gave me new habits. Like prayer without action is dead, right? So sitting here reading all this stuff without action is dead too, man. So I read these books to go try to implement it, the deeper my philosophy. So when I'm writing these books and on here with y'all, man, I got a little bit more meat to it. You know, that's what it's for. And that's what it helps me with. I got a plethora of knowledge I can pull from.
Yeah, man, that's knowledge is power. You know, so we spoke about, you know, money, power, and respect, but knowledge is knowledge when you use it. Yeah, when you
know, knowledge when you use it. One of the most powerful men ever lived was Henry Ford, right? And the reason he was so powerful is because he wasn't no educated man. He dropped out of high school, but he had 100 geniuses working for him. So any question he had, he knew where to go get that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And he knew what to go. Like if he had a problem, he know where to go get the knowledge, man. So like knowledge is power. If you're using it, you know where to get it. Like a knowledgeable man is a man who can know where to go get the answers to his problems, man. That's knowledge right there.
Right.
True.
Not the man, not to be confused with the man who have all the answers.
Right, like some Jeopardy guy, he can tell you every or some Bible verse guy that can tell you every Bible verse. I would say, yeah, you smart in that thing, but what do you do with that power? So I don't consider you knowledgeable. A man that's knowledgeable can solve his problems with what's inside his head. He know where he'll get the answers from. That's true knowledge. Not that you smart or this, that. Like, do you know where to go get the answers? I want to know about some money, man. I go get them books.
Yeah, I mean, and right now that's what it is, man. Everybody is on entrepreneur stuff. I mean, with the pandemic coming through, man, you see a lot of folks starting little small businesses and things of that nature. You see this money moving around.
Right, these PPP loans,
PPP,
all that good stuff. I didn't get now, but they sure look good.
I mean, I thought about it myself, but I mean,
you know what? After, man, I have a really good friend of mine. He's my mentor in real estate. He's a general contractor in real estate, but he also has a brick and mortar a tax, and he helps people qualify. He helps you find that money, man. I'm gonna put you own a business. Mm-hmm. You know, you run a business. This is what those loans are for.
Yeah, it is.
And so, you know what? And that's Black Wall Street right there, because that's the beauty of it. Like, I know a guy who can help you. You know what I mean? Like, legitimately. I've sent tens of my friends to him, and they all come back smiling. Even if they don't find the exact pile of money, he helped them reorganize their business structure, get their taxes right. You know, where you may not qualify for this year, but you'll be structured properly where you qualify for it next year.
Well, send them to me.
Oh, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of the name of the tax business off the top of my head, but I'm sending it to you. It behooves you to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that's what we're doing, and that's also Black Wall Street, man. Networking. Yeah, you know, like helping your other man advance. I ain't gonna make no money if you get some money, but I'm gonna still benefit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I helped you. You know, if I help you get the leg up, that's somebody in my network, in my circle that's doing better. That's somebody getting bigger around me. So
sometimes that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's it.
Strengthening.
Yeah. Man, we got to learn unity, man. You know, I look at the honeybee, the ant. Like us humans, we're so what's the word I want to use? I want to say egotistical, but it's a different word. But we think we the highest level of species running. But I look at the honeybee, and they communicate without talking perfectly. You know what I mean? And the planet dies if they go away. But if you ever watch them, how they work inside in the hive, the ant, how they can just, you know, unity. When you start Matthew 18:19, that's a Bible verse. It says, I'm gonna give a synopsis of it, but well, that ain't even the right word either. I'm gonna give a basic my translation. It says, where two or more people get together in the name of God, he shall be there, and he shall grant what you think about. Napoleon Hill speak on that a lot, man. Like, you get together with like minds and you become so much more powerful, and you start generating different things. Like a man on an island, that's how if you want to take a person power away, you isolate them. You know, that's how you look at the chessboard. How you beat somebody, you isolate their powerful pieces. Checkers, isolate them. You know what I'm saying?
Cut them off from the power.
Cut them off from the power. But how do you? So what's the opposite then? What's the yang to that? What's the yin to that? How do you become more powerful? You do what we're doing. You network. I send you to my partner. Grow your business, man. Us black folks, that's what we got to do. That's Black Wall Street. Being a beehive, being some ants. That's the only way we can whoop them, generational and together. We got to think because we smart. When I say them, I'm just saying whoever the oppressor is, no skin color, no particular person, a systematic approach to kicking our ass for 400 years. I'm talking about whooping that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and I ain't gonna lie, that's a long battle, but it starts with the knowledge and understanding of oneself, and, you know, trickling that down to your children, and, you know what I'm saying, having them to trickle it down to their children, and like you say, not just generational wealth, but generational knowledge. And it's gonna equal into that power that you're talking about, and not so much of the protests that we're seeing that we have to do right now. Because if you send our kids to be lawyers, doctors, people who got law degrees, period, that can get into politics, then they can help change the laws and things of that nature, versus I'm just gonna go to school for business. That's a big one. A lot of kids just like to go to college and go to school for business. And, you know, right now you don't even need a business degree to own a business. All you need is the money.
Nah, man. Most folks that getting the money didn't even go to college. Exactly. That's a whole nother thing right there, man. Like, I could go down. Like, I respect the education, but I'm kind of disillusioned about the educational system. 8 hours of our kids sitting still I feel like they training them to go work in a cubicle. They ain't really getting trained to go out here and tackle the world. Man, they don't even teach you how to use a checkbook in high school. And we in a capitalist society. Your ass get out here, the first thing they do is give you a credit card when you're 18. So what? So you can mess up your damn credit?
Yeah, so you can mess it up.
So they can make your ass a slave?
That's what I did. When I went to college, first thing that came to me was a credit card.
Man,
and I burnt it up.
What class did they teach you about credit? But they gonna give you spent 12 years in their damn school system, and the first thing they do, they give you when you graduate is a damn credit card. And spent 12 years and they ain't say nothing about it, right? What kind of shit is that?
And don't even give you no financial advice and no credit counseling and none of that.
It's a setup. It's a setup.
Crazy, man.
It's a setup. So that's another thing, man. Credit is leverage. Leverage is power. You know what I mean? So we like, oh man, I got the credit card. I'm about to put these 20s on my car. You know, they gave me 5 racks. I'll pay it back up. I'm about to get, you know what I'm saying, go get some clothes. But man, if we start looking at young, man, we gotta start looking at it different, man. Like cultivate your child's credit instead of teaching them. And a lot of us burn our child credit up before they even get out the damn house, man. We don't put AT&T on their credit. We don't put Comcast on their name. We don't put the water in their name. Their name ain't no good before they touch down. So now, all right, we got to scratch that out of there. So I'm looking at it like this here. One thing they ain't making, we talked about crypto, we talk about starting businesses. Kid, let's start talking about buying some of this land because that's what they ain't making no more of.
Yeah, you definitely got to get that because as the population grows, that's shrinking as well. Like, you got to think about it like that.
You gotta attack that land, and you gotta attack it. You gotta attack it in the right. I ain't gonna say the right places. Where you are is the right place, but we really got to start looking more at that as people. Buy up this damn land. Go buy the cheap land because population is growing. It ain't shrinking. So that means the city coming to where you are eventually.
Yeah.
If you own land, majority of my money is in. I bought a house when I was 20. I had like 5 houses by the time I was 26. I don't have them all, but I still got like 3 of them. And now most of my wealth has been generated through owning those houses, through fighting. I fought to keep some of them houses. You know what I'm saying? Rob Peter, pay Paul. Didn't pay this mortgage this month to pay that one. You know what I'm saying? Didn't pay this bill to pay that. I always paid them house notes. I tried to, you know, when I could. I ain't let them take none of these cribs because now I bought a house when I was 20. That's 20 something odd years later. Now look at all that equity I got. The house damn near paid for, and it's worth $200,000. Now I can borrow against it. That's wealth building. And if I go out of here, I can leave that to my kids. They ain't got to start over. They know they got a house that they can mortgage for a business. They can live there. There's so many different options. So wealth building, the number one way people get money in this country, 99.9% of these millionaires out here got it through real estate. So yeah, crypto cool, but the best investment out there always going to be damn land and houses, man. Go get you a house. You know what I'm saying? People like, I don't know how to do it. You knew you figured out how to buy some rims. That's the same thing that down payment on the house costs, man. You paying rent and your rent keep going up. You get a house that stays stable for the most part.
What did you say earlier? Research,
man.
You want to find out how to flip houses?
Yeah. And if you ain't got a house, you paying rent. Design you a destiny to get yourself in a house not because you just feel like you need to have one. That is wealth building 101. That's the best thing you could do. You want to get some money, get you a house, man. Stop paying somebody else rent because you making somebody else rich. You building somebody else's heaven on earth.
Yeah, man, you need to get you a house. I mean, I know I bought a house late. I wish I would have got it much earlier than what I did, but
man, my girlfriend told me to buy a house, but I didn't know. She was like, "Hey, you get money, buy you a house." I was like, perhaps you're right. And she did all the paperwork. I ain't gonna sit up here and pretend like I call that play. I just, after we went our separate ways, she ended up being my ex-wife. She went her way. I kept the damn house we bought, you know. And I didn't know 20 years down the road, that house right there, you know, 100,000 in equity sitting there. You know, if I sell it, I got 100, but then I won't have that house. You know, but it got 100 grand in equity. So I know whatever the hell going on out here, I know I got 100 grand up that street that I invested in when I was 20 years old. So, you know, that stuff, I did it when I was 20. That means there's no age limit on buying no house. You know what I'm saying? Put your kids something like that, man. Going out here and put your money, you and your partner, instead of getting an apartment together, I'm going to get y'all a house together. Do some player moves like that. Setting kids up right, man.
Yeah, you got to do that, man. Hey, man, I ain't going to lie. We got to get out of here, man.
All right, no, I was about to say it my damn self.
Yeah, we about to get out of here. But listen, man, we need to do this again, man, because it's a lot of information that I believe a lot of people need to get. So we need to just have our little segments when we sit down with you, man, and we just talk and chop it up and talk about getting to this money, man, and black empowerment.
Definitely. Man, Please, hey, anytime, bro. If you want to talk, you see me. I ain't got no problem talking about getting some money. We could do this all day, baby.
Oh yeah.
We can talk about getting money all day, boy.
Yeah,
hey, that's my love language.
About.
That's my damn love language. Everybody know that, boy.
And we definitely need to talk about it because that's what we around here trying to do, get to this money, trying to help black people get to that money, man.
You talking, you gonna see it, but man, I appreciate y'all bringing me on, man. Y'all changed my day.
Appreciate you, man.
I'm feeling low. I'm feeling mighty low till I seen you. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. I see y'all, man. Larry Brooks, man. Look me up on Amazon. Buy some of them books. I get paid off that.
All right, man. That's my boy Larry Brooks, man. Go on Amazon, look for his books, man, and shout him out. Hey, man, he's teaching us a lot about Black empowerment, Bitcoin, and getting that money, man.
Definitely enjoy him.
Yeah, man. This is MicCheckM.I.A. I'm Conrad.
Jay Free.
Hey, man, and we out, bro. Till next time. Peace.